everybody, and welcome to A Tiny Little Toast Purse. My name is Simone, and this is George, and this is where I watch movies and television.
Yeah. Spotlight. This came like 4 votes off from the last poll, I think. The poll before, or something like that. Something really, really close to first place. So we're doing it. Break the story, break the silence. The true story behind the scandal that shook the world. Which one?
I feel like I heard about this one. It's the or maybe I'm confusing it with another movie, but is it like the church stuff? Is that what this one?
Oh. Yeah, I mean, when you say church stuff, that kind of narrows it down. Yeah. Okay.
Is it this? I don't know. I remember hearing about a movie that was about that. So I don't know if this is it or not. Yeah,
could be.
Okay.
Could be.
But they're in like a newsroom. Right? Break the story, break the silence. Yeah.
That makes sense. And it's a bit based on a real event.
All right. Well, I'm stoked to watch this. I want to do that now.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So before we press play, it would be really, really great if you would like and subscribe.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Boston, Massachusetts, 1976.
Divorce with 4 kids. I guess father was helping out. Hey, Mr. Burke, they're in back talking to the bishop.
Father?
We put him in the break room.
Who's that?
Assistant DA. You can tell Father Gagan it won't be much longer.
The church does in the community. I never happen again. Now, Sheila, I'm going to give you my personal.
Basically.
Oh. 2001. Okay.
I take issue with your reference to my seniority. Stewart's been more than willing to part with his money at the poker table.
Yeah, but I'm going to keep playing.
Oh, problem solved.
Yeah, so they're going to uncover the thing that
happened in the 70s. And also,
way before that, yeah.
Did you see the numbers from Washington?
Yeah, very interesting.
I'm not mad. Look, Dan.
No, Dan, I'm not mad. I'm hungry. I've been talking to you so long, I didn't eat lunch.
You think Cahill has something?
Maybe. I just don't think the story's for us.
You got Cahill to talk?
No, but I will. How'd it go upstairs?
Oh, okay. Robbie gave a good speech.
Oh, this is going to be so dialogue heavy.
It's there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Was it about Spotlight?
I don't know, Mike.
I'm telling you, I really don't think that story's for us.
What are you reading?
Curse of the Bambino. So you're originally from Boston?
I am, born and raised.
You're an editor for the Spotlight team.
We report to Ben Bradley Jr. We keep our work confidential. Right now, we're really just trolling around for our next story. Is that a concern?
Not necessarily. I think I'm going to need to take a hard look at things. I just think that we can do better.
You sit down with Barron go that well?
I couldn't get a read on him.
My name is Marty Barron.
Hey, Steve.
Mike,
Hey. What's Eileen McNamara doing in the 10:30?
do you need something, Mike?
Did everyone read Eileen McNamara's column this weekend? This priest molested kids in 6 different parishes over the last 30 years.
Oh, he's the one that brings in the story. That's interesting.
Huh.
Yeah, I think that attorney's a bit of a crank, and the church dismissed the claim.
As I understand it, those documents are under seal.
This strikes me as an essential story to a local paper. I don't know what the laws are here, but in Florida, we would go to court.
This is really unexpected. That he's the one that brings in the story. It's just...
Yeah, I assumed it would be like the team that was...
Yeah, because when he was responding to like how long they investigate a story for, the cliche would be like, "Oh, we need to trim that down, cut the calls, make more story."
Was it suit the church? Hey, that's great. Barron wants to talk to us.
Us?
Who's the judge in this case? Constance Sweeney? Doesn't seem like we've done a very thorough investigation into the Gagan case.
We're still prospecting the Boston PD story I told you about.
Would you consider picking this one?
Yeah.
Also, this is quite the MCU cast. Vulture, Bruce Banner, Tony Stark's dad. Sabretooth.
We should be talking to the lawyer who repped the victims in the Porter case. We need to be more discreet than usual. We can't let Cardinal Law get wind of this till we know what we have.
And a very sensitive subject, too. So
That's interesting. I didn't realize that, like, newspapers get into the legal stuff of it all.
You know, last time Nana won $160.
Wow.
investigate everything, right?
We literally just heard Michael Keaton say, like, keep it, like, hushed.
Yeah.
And she was at, like, a family dinner, and I don't know, just got a bad feeling.
Yeah.
You think it's that important?
Yes, I do.
Won't go unnoticed by our subscriber base. 53% of them are Catholic.
Lake Street will probably contact you about a face-to-face with the Cardinal. It's customary. I wouldn't mention this.
How did the church respond to this movie, I wonder?
Yes, curious.
Hello? Oh, hi. I'm Mike Resendiz from the Boston Globe. I'm here to see Mitchell Garabedian.
All right, I'm listening. Go ahead.
The famous Walter Robinson in my conference room.
You're familiar with the Gagan case?
Statute of limitations is only 3 years. Most of these kids come from tough neighborhoods. Nobody wants to admit this kind of thing. The charitable immunity statute caps damages at 20 grand. So your best shot is to try these cases in the press. Most of the victims, they don't want to have anything to do with TV. My guess is he doesn't have anything on law.
Seems a bit reckless.
Have you met Mitch Garabedian?
Can't talk to you, I'm very busy. Sharon?
No, she went out for coffee. She said she'd be right back.
They're watching me very closely.
The church?
Yeah, the church.
There's a story here, and I think it's an important story.
I already talked to the Phoenix.
If we cover this story, everybody will hear about it.
I'm very, very busy.
Can I at least talk to some of your clients?
Ooh. I wonder who organizes all those. Man, newspaper media is so intense.
Mm-hmm.
And like archives? It's crazy.
You find anything on this guy, Phil Saviano?
Kirkchin did a story on him right after the Porter case. Survivors Network of those abused by priests.
Crummy acronym. I think I got another priest.
Oh, God.
And was moved to Boston, did the same thing, and was moved again. Was there any follow? Not much, one short piece. Looks like the church brought him in to help out.
Anybody but Manny got the ball out of the infield? I'm just watching the game. Omerta.
Sasha's got another guy from a victims organization.
He says McLeese thinks he's bluffing.
I think there's something there, Ben.
Stay away from that trap. We're 2 up on the front. Yeah. You got a family, this guy?
No, he is not married.
Hey, by the way, I've been reading about this priest. Victim said Cardinal Law knew about Barrett when he came from Philly.
Off the record, I can't talk about it. I just don't want to see you taking a bullet for him. I think you're away.
People skill required to do this job.
Oh, insane.
I have to admit that as a priest, this makes me a little nervous.
Is that the guy from the beginning
Not sure. We're introduced to a lot of people.
There's
really
so many
quickly.
names being thrown around, and yeah.
It actually helps to have a lot of big name actors to recognize.
Totally,
who's who.
yeah.
Like it's.
You ought to try it, Mike.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah. He run to work and emailed me. He said we should let it go. I think we gotta start ignoring everybody on this one.
I've always been fascinated with the newspaper business.
I read that you were an editor once.
We took a stand on civil rights. Tough seat to sit in, especially in a small town. If I can be of any help, Marty, don't hesitate to ask.
Thank you, Maureen.
Think of it as a cardinal's guide to the city of Boston.
So, am I the first survivor you've talked to? First of all, let me say thank you for having me in today.
You had a woman in your group?
Of course it was a woman. They don't discriminate.
Yeah, how inclusive. They don't discriminate.
Are any of you Catholic?
I was raised Catholic.
When you're a poor kid from a poor family, religion counts for a lot. It's a little weird when he tells you a dirty joke, but now you got a secret together, and you go along. And you go along, and you go along.
And you get groomed, yeah.
How do you say no to God, right? See,
that's so f***ed up.
Yeah.
He robs you of your faith. Have you read Jason Berry's book? He wrote about the Gothe case. He worked in one of the church's treatment centers.
Phil, what's a treatment center?
It's where they send priests when they get caught.
They have a center for it. Yeah, it's so...
This is big, and it goes right up to the Vatican. There are so many of them. How else could they have hidden it for so long? And I sent you all of this stuff. It's all right here.
Yeah, I can feel his frustration. I really love how blunt they were in describing what happens. There's not around the bush, just punch you in the face with the fact. Like, this is it. This is what we're dealing with.
It might be a big if for this guy. Do a background check on him. Stay on Garabedian. That's more important.
Garabedian, what a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I don't have time for calls.
Oh, geez, I'm sure you don't. Listen, Mitch.
I spoke to my clients and they don't want to be in the press. I'm sorry.
I'm not supposed to tell you this, but I'm digging around for Spotlight. But you gotta help me.
Come back tomorrow, 9:30 a.m.
South and Buttery sounds dirty.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Oh, that's okay.
Sorry.
No
Please
problem.
sit.
I hope I'm not late. Phil told me 1 o'clock. Do you mind if I took some notes? Would that be all right?
I just had a kid. I'm not sure I wanted to know about this.
Yeah, it really sucks that like the victims feel shame about it, like as if it's their fault, you know?
Yeah, Jesus.
I was 12, just after my dad himself. And my mom, she wasn't so stable either.
She's the one who introduced me to Father Shanley. He invited me to his apartment in Back Bay.
What happened on that first visit, Joe?
Well, he was very nice at first. He could tell I was gay. So he showed me this mobile he had.
Did you know you were gay at that time, Joe?
Yeah.
What happened after he showed you the mobile?
Well, I was a little freaked out. He said, you know what'll help is if we play strip poker.
Jesus Christ.
Things went on from there.
We can't sanitize this.
The details. Yeah.
This was like God showing up, you know?
Sure, right.
He offers to take me to get ice cream. He starts patting my leg, and his hand just slides right up, and I couldn't move. I didn't know what to do. I was just a little kid. You know, I never even touched my ice cream.
Did you see him again after that?
Yeah.
I've been so depressed, but maybe you can cheer me up and give me a blowjob. I know what you must be thinking. Like, why would I ever do that? This is the first time in my life that someone told me that it was okay to be gay.
Did you have intercourse?
Yes, I'm sober now, but that was the beginning of it all. To be introduced to sex like that.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I knew I was gonna do this. Of course, there is a church right there. And a playground.
Jesus. Oh.
Oh. Yeah.
You can use my name if you want.
Good location scout finding that.
Yeah.
He's one of the lucky ones. He's still alive.
Do you want a cup of tea, Sasha?
And all these people, all these kids, when they were, from the day they were born, they would have been told that trust everything the priest says because they're the good people, right? The good person.
Yeah.
They represent God. Yada, yada, yada.
Did Phil ever suggest you do anything about it?
No, there were just so many forms to fill out. It was overwhelming, you know?
Do you remember his name? The lawyer? Was it Eric McLeish?
Yeah, that's it.
Looks like Father Shanley could be our fourth priest.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to the courthouse tomorrow, see if I can find any cases he settled against the church.
Jeez. Is this guy ever gone? Apparently not.
Hey, I want to expand the investigation.
You want to elaborate on that?
No, not really.
Okay.
Okay, good.
I love the trust they all have with each other. Just even when the new editor that just showed up and goes upstairs to have a meeting, they immediately just went, yeah, you want to do this? Okay.
I was wondering if I can ask you a few questions.
Of course. I started my psychotherapy fellowship there in 1965. The church wants us to believe that it's just a few bad apples.
Looking at another priest?
Who are you looking at?
The Archdiocese puts out an annual directory, going back to the 80s in the Mez. Beyond that, you gotta go to the BPL.
Dagan goes after boys not because he prefers them, but because they have more shame. I talked to Sipe. He said he's seen dozens of them in his 60s in Seton. The church made a huge effort to discredit him. Smear campaigns.
You gotta get him.
I'll get him. I'll get him.
Yeah, that's, man, the whole boys thing, because especially back then, right, it would have been terrifying to be considered gay. So, can't even, yeah.
John Dagan, St. Brendan's Parish, Dorchester.
80, the year Gagan was pulled from JP. It says he's on sick leave.
Oh my God. And so they look for all the things that say sick leave.
And then they get sent to the treatment center because they're sick, right? Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh.
This is heavy.
Yeah, this is
Thanks for waiting. So sorry, guys.
I mean, just the fact that there's a center specifically designated to this should already tell you how common it is.
Are you familiar with a priest named? We understand you've settled several cases against each of them.
I could be disbarred for acknowledging their existence. We got him a sit down with the bishop and a little dough.
I was down at the courthouse earlier. There aren't any records of any of these settlements.
We would draw up a demand letter and send it to the chancery.
This is just you and the archdiocese lawyers.
Occasionally, the church would bring in another defense attorney to help out.
The victim has to sign a confidentiality agreement to get the settlement.
That's so gross for that lawyer. That's...
Yeah, how could you live with yourself?
That's why he's taking these cases to court, because he wants people to know about this.
Did McLeish confirm all Saviano's priests? No. So it is 13 priests.
Yeah.
Looks that way.
For now. In just this city.
Mm-hmm.
What was the name again?
Baron.
Just give me a second.
It's okay, Kim. I can vouch for it. Appreciate you joining us. We're very proud of the work we do here. He's an extraordinary man. I'm glad you had a chance to chat.
The cardinal's in the corner.
Did give me a copy of the catechism.
He literally called down the power of God on the globe.
You said one of the victims filed a criminal complaint?
The judge had the case record sealed after friends of the church complained. I'm Armenian. How many Armenians do you know in Boston? These people making the rest of us feel like we don't belong. But they know better than us. If it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a village to abuse one.
Man, the lines in this movie, it's...
I had an interesting conversation with Eric McLeish the other day.
You really want to talk about this here?
How many of these cases you've been involved with?
You know I can't answer that.
You want to be on the right side of this.
These are good people who've done a lot of good for this city.
Sick leave isn't the only designation they use when they
Do not take from this room. They're just doing this stuff.
Yep.
And did they use these designations for all of Saviano's priests?
Yeah.
Only 50% of the clergy are celibate.
The church is aware of the extent of this crisis?
Oh, absolutely. Priests were a $1 billion liability.
Wow.
Doyle tried to introduce the report at the National Conference of Catholic Bishops.
We have 13 priests in Boston that fit this pattern.
Sounds low to me.
Sounds low.
6% of what?
6% of all
Of all
priests.
Jesus Christ.
6% is
Oh my God.
90.
That would certainly be in line with my findings.
I mean, he's been researching that thing for 30 years, right? So it's about as expert as you can get.
90 priests.
Shouldn't be funny, but it was.
And no one said a thing?
Good Germans.
We need something more than a metric from some hippie ex-priest.
Search by designation. You know, we look for any priest on sick leave.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were doing.
Yeah. Obviously I'm aware of this whole thing, but I never put too much thought into aside from just knowing it. It's
Well, the scale of it just seems so insane.
But like, how do each of these people, these monsters, square away with their belief? Or is it that they just don't? Because if you, I don't know, like, as that position, as that role, right, in the church, I have to assume you actually believe that there's a God, that there's punishment, especially for Catholics, right? So how do you square away from between, like,
I don't know. That's
yeah.
Oof.
Like, how do you? That's just yeah.
Is there someone like in his neighborhood?
Someone he just knows, yeah. This is seriously a great way to represent, to showcase like how rampant and how literally next door it is.
Yeah. Oh. Oh.
That's it.
That's it. Holy Robbie.
That's
87. Wow.
I want to talk to him.
Okay.
Can you print it?
One moment, please.
I need you to tell me something, Jim. Could it be 90 priests?
You're gonna stop this, Robbie.
Jesus.
That's a confirmation. I mean, yeah.
Robbie, Lucretia's assistant said he's all booked up. He can't see us.
You're going to give me the names and the names of their victims. We've got a story about degenerate clergy, and we've got a story about a bunch of lawyers. Which story do you want us to write? Because we're writing one.
I already sent you a list of names. The Globe.
What?
I sent you guys a list of names.
I want those names tomorrow.
Check your goddamn clips, Robbie.
Oh, that sucks.
Church is an institution, Mike. Made of men. Church continues to go after me. It takes a toll, Mike.
And how do you think they'd do that?
It's the Archbishop of Canterbury.
Okay.
But the phone cutting is...
Yeah. Just the timing of that is creepy.
I just got off the phone with Slipe, actually.
Have you met this guy in person yet? So,
what about your hot dog?
Where are we with the 90?
Pizza's ready now.
We got 87 names. We're trying to get confirmation. I think we will.
It's just surprising, that's all.
Yeah.
Did he bury it in the past? Because he's been around for a long time.
Salviano was a train wreck 5 years ago, Mike. We didn't miss anything.
This is just like a weird outburst. What about the guy that like retired at the beginning of the...
Yeah.
Anything that shows he had knowledge of this? Porter isn't even in the Boston Archdiocese. He's from Fall River.
Law had to know. That's why he had the reaction.
The numbers clearly indicate that there were senior clergy involved.
That's all they do. They'll get into the same catfight you got into on Porter. We need to focus on the institution. Show me the church manipulated the system so that these guys wouldn't have to face charges. Show me this was systemic.
Oh, I love his character. He's right.
Yeah, he's awesome.
The story should be about the system itself protecting. Yeah, that's great.
We're going after the system.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I just got goosebumps.
Hey, when do you go to Springfield? My hearing is Monday.
Okay.
I got one of those treatment centers a block from my house.
Oh, it was a treatment center, not...
Okay.
Don't forget to check out our Patreon for these exclusives. Plus, you don't need your own copy. Now back to the show.
We'll tell him soon.
This movie's great.
Yeah.
It's hard to do what we do to it because it's so dialogue heavy, but I'm loving it.
Do you know where he lives? Sir, I'd just like to ask a few...
Huh.
No, but I got a cousin in Quincy. She saw him on the street a few years later.
They asked us not to press charges. She put out freaking cookies.
Oh my God, the church just looming behind her.
Yep.
Everybody knew, but nobody wants to cuff a priest. I shouldn't talk about this.
I think you should, actually.
You leave me alone, you leave my brother alone.
Yeah, that's... Some people just want to forget it and move on, and it's...
Your father, Paquin?
Yes, that's right.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Go ahead, dear. Sure, I fooled around.
Oh, wow.
But I never felt gratified myself.
What the f?
As I said,
Whoa.
I never got any pleasure from it. I never anyone. I was.
Oh.
Okay.
Sasha Pfeiffer from The Globe?
Please get off my
myself.
I'm sorry, who are you?
I'm his sister, and I don't want you coming back here.
Oh my God.
Whoa. I don't know what to say. He just like came out and just...
Well, that's what Liev Schreiber was talking about. It's like the system is it's absolutely insane.
And he himself was created by a priest before, presumably.
Yeah.
After all, Your Honor, this was a discretionary order.
Yes.
And he genuinely believes that if you didn't get pleasure from it, therefore it's okay, or it's not the same.
I don't know why I'm like so surprised. Like abuse is a learned thing, you know, like somewhere.
Yeah.
It's not always.
Yeah, it didn't just spawn from the 70s out of nowhere. Like it
I'd really like to go back. I think he'd talk to us.
I want you to stay focused on the victims right now.
That's crazy because that guy, like, he's both.
Mm-hmm.
He's also a victim and oh my God.
They concern how the Cardinal is handling
Say the Archdiocese.
Judge Sweeney, the Globe is not a party to this case. They just want to sell papers.
The Globe believes having...
I wonder if his rationalization is the treatment centers telling him, hey, if you just didn't feel gratification, it's not wrong or something. Like that's the...
3 years ago, I get a call from an ex-priest. He saw Gagan taking little boys up to the rectory bedroom. And the bishop threatens to reassign him to South America. He calls me.
So you have testimony of a priest?
When I call Benzovich in to give a deposition, he comes in with a lawyer. Can't remember anything. He's useless. I file a motion to depose Benzovich a second time. Rogers opposes my motion. I'm allowed to attach exhibits. And they prove everything. Everything. About the church, about the bishops.
Yeah, so what happened?
The documents are not there. The church does not want them to be found.
The Catholic Church removed legal documents from that courthouse.
Check the docket. You'll see.
That is insane.
Jesus.
It's all empty.
Hey. You're not going to believe it. Garabedian gave me a tip. File a motion and Sweeney will order Mitch to refile the docs.
What happened?
Oh my God.
It's a prop plane.
Oh. That's gonna bury any other story now.
You pray for the injured.
Not bad. Who's there?
Paulson.
I'm gonna need more people on Massport.
I'll give you 3 of my guys.
Robbie, I've got a lot of victim interviews set up this week.
I told my wife we gotta be working the biggest story on the planet.
Boston Globe.
That's seriously unfortunate timing. I mean, like, no one's gonna care about this story for a long, long time.
Can you hold off on refiling? I have to go to Florida.
I received a judicial order. I told you the church is watching me.
You asked a lot of people to relive some very painful experience.
We're gonna get back to it.
When?
Listen to me. I am here because I care. We're gonna tell it right. We just need a little more time. That's all we're asking for.
You're gonna do what you want anyway.
Phil!
He refiled the docs.
What? I'll book a flight now. I'll go straight to the courthouse tomorrow.
All right, call me when you get in. Go have dinner with Hansi. Might be the last time for a while.
I found that.
Says 20 other prisoners are accused.
Okay.
Good night.
So that's all that was published? Is that what that meant? Or I didn't read
also,
that fast enough.
Yeah, I just read the headline, but it also means that the lawyer was telling the truth, that he did.
Yeah, and just never went anywhere.
Oh. So I was probably a few years after you, right?
No.
Well, after BC High, I came down to Providence.
He must have been pretty good.
No, rode the bench in college. And I still get my Globe for the wrecking.
That's good to know. I need to ask you some questions about Father Talbot.
Wow, that face change.
How'd you find out?
I never even told my wife.
Oh God, is it gonna be too late?
Did he wait all night?
No, just came back really early the next day. I don't think they would let him stay there all night.
This is the gagging case?
That's right.
Those records are sealed.
Can I talk to your supervisor?
Oh my God.
Red tape, red tape, red tape.
We just want to know if it's possible that no one knew what was going on at the time.
It's a big school, Robbie. You know that. If I had been president then, I would have known.
I'm hoping we can keep this between us until we all get on the same page.
And we know you care about the school as much as we do.
I went to Providence yesterday. I talked to one of Father Talbot's victims. About 10 minutes into the conversation, guy breaks down. Said he could never figure out why Father Talbot picked him. I guess we just got lucky. You and me.
That puts it into perspective. Yeah.
And Pete Connolly, why was he there?
Good question.
It's like everybody already knows the story.
Yeah.
I'm having some trouble accessing some public records down in the records.
Oh, that is a very judge-looking judge.
Judgy judge.
Yeah.
They're very sensitive records. Where's the editorial responsibility in publishing records of this nature?
The responsibility is to publish them. I think that's it. Yeah, look at that.
Oh, okay.
Don't take 93. Take Dorchester Avenue. Listen to this. Our family is rooted in the church. It was suggested we keep silent. I understand his recent departure from St. Brendan's may be related to this problem. Auxiliary Bishop of Boston, December 7th, 1984. We got law. This is it.
No, this is law covering for one priest.
If we don't rush to print, somebody else is going to find these letters.
We'll write a holding story, and we'll keep our eye on the Herald.
Barron told us to get law. This is law.
Barron told us to get the system.
They let it happen. 2 kids. Okay?
You okay?
Hey, Angie. Hard day at work, Mike?
So heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And they're both right.
You care about the story, Mike. We all do. I stopped going to church with my Nana. I'd be sitting there and I would start thinking about Joe Crowley.
Did you tell her why? I actually really liked going to church when I was a little kid.
It's gonna shatter a lot of people's worlds.
Mm-hmm.
This whole thing, like,
And something just cracked.
Looks like a long day. Hey, Pete, I'm sorry to make it longer. I wouldn't presume to speak for the cardinal, no. It's because you care about this place. It's why you do what you do. It's who you are. We can't throw out all the good he's doing over a few bad apples.
I hate that phrase because there's a second half that is the opposite.
Mm.
Marty Barron is just trying to make his mark.
When we do run the story, I'm going to need a comment from the cardinal.
It felt like an old school mobster leaning on someone, like to
Yeah,
pressure
he
them
did
to
have that
hate.
kind of look.
Yeah, it was that whole like, yeah, don't say it, because
Okay. Yeah. Sweeney ruled in our favor. She ruled to unseal the documents.
Oh, okay.
When will we get the documents?
Probably takes Cohen a few weeks to rule.
We can't run this one big.
Why wouldn't we?
We don't want the Herald going deep on this.
Why is that?
And you're telling us now?
These are substantial.
I want to keep digging.
For what? This is the goddamn story.
We run these letters alone. Law apologizes, says it's a one-time thing.
You have multiple sources confirming all those priests.
On some. I think I can get us someone from the other side of the aisle. Deep background, but he's a solid source.
We don't want to drop it at Christmas, not after 9/11.
Tell Canellis to bury the ruling in Metro.
I wouldn't even think about all these things you have to consider: the timing of when it's released, the fact that other papers can get to it, and like you go for the biggest bite possible without choking yourself. Oh. All right.
Wow, and he's still keeping an eye on that house. Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
Look who I found outside.
Oh, okay. If that's his guy, though, he did not want to be involved or help in any way.
How is he gonna?
The boss isn't going to run it unless I get confirmation from your side. This is our town, Jimmy. Everybody knew something was going on.
I was doing my job.
Yeah.
Now you can do something to the right thing.
You come to my home and lay this on me? Where were you? What took you so long? Give me the list.
Okay. Now, if only we can get another list published. That'd be great too.
Is that enough?
I guess.
I don't.
She called us with a quote from Law hours ago. Conley said that Donna Morrissey should have called. He just left Lake Street.
I would love to see their faces when they read this thing, man.
I just realized there was no like credit or title sequence at the beginning. We just went right into it.
I just had a few questions if you have a minute.
It's the longest cold opening ever. The movie title will appear in the last 5 minutes.
Oh no, there was the movie title, but there wasn't there wasn't directed by or written by. I don't think.
She said, "quote We don't even want to know what the questions are." End quote.
I love how much confirmation this movie have in the negative space in people's answers. The non-answer, the non-replies.
Tip line at the end of the story,
Yeah.
so people can call in.
They say just as much.
I'll talk to Richard about security and the phones.
With confirmation from Robbie's source, we're ready to go. We can have a draft next week.
He could have said something years ago. Maybe save some lives.
What about us? We didn't have all the pieces. We had Saviano. We had Barrett.
People sent in, years ago.
Spotlight's been around since 1970.
So what?
McLeish sent us a letter on 20 priests years ago.
December 93.
We buried the story in Metro. That was me. I just taken over. I don't remember it at all.
It was a up.
Whoa.
It's easy to forget that we spend most of our time stumbling around the dark. All of you have done some very good reporting here. For me, this kind of story is why we do this. I will need you back here Monday morning, focused.
I love his character so much.
Yeah, he's great.
He's the heart of the film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everyone else is brain and brawn, and he is the heart. And with so little lines too, so little scene, but he makes such a big impact.
Said he wanted to extend me that courtesy.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh my god. Oh.
Yeah, that's really hard because it's not like finding out someone you have no connection with, like a billionaire being evil. This is something you grew up with. It's part of your life. It probably helped you through a lot of hard times.
I have some clients I have to attend to.
It's like finding out your own parents were monsters.
Both kids were abused.
Hello. How are you guys?
Oh man, that is satisfying.
Yep. Oh, I liked that moment. That was good. Ooh.
Yeah.
How'd you sleep?
Not very well.
I actually started writing.
What kind of book?
Horror.
You do know it's Sunday, right?
No pickers.
Yeah. Probably still at church.
Great article, guys. Thank you. Thanks.
Yep, sure. Send phone.
Spotlight, can I help you?
Phones have been ringing all morning.
Okay.
Yeah, the front desk is for people complaining or death threats or whatever.
They're almost all victims, Robbie.
Jesus. Okay, I was so worried. I'm like, the newspapers went out. We saw all the trucks. Like, it's nothing could have.
Yeah. I was like,
stopped.
did something else happen in 2002 that I'm not aware of, and it covered this story because it got big. But yeah.
Oh my god. Over the course of 2002, the Spotlight team published close to 600 stories about the scandal. Huh. Reassigned.
Well, reassigned. In Rome, too. So you got a promotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Might as well just show a picture of the planet.
Holy
This might be the least happy I've ever been to watch a great movie.
Yeah.
Because it's real. It's just real events, real people suffering.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say. That's a good the film is amazing.
Yeah, it's an amazing movie. The whole cast, all the characters, they're written in a way that almost feels like a newspaper article, in that every single line, every single word written for them has to, or in this case did, the maximum impact with the least amount of words, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So many times it's like the dialogue was punchy, but like in all the words not said, and in you know, in character responses, in like just those conversations, so much is implied and said, and like requires you, the audience, or us, to like take a second to really understand what they meant and all the things.
One of the most like impactful moments was the reveal that it was Michael Keaton's character that buried it that long ago, because he just didn't, he wasn't in it. He didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
And he didn't even remember. It's like,
yeah. And he was a lesser reporter at the time, you know, you experience over time, right? You become better and better at your job, right? So
yeah, but it's
yeah,
it's like, just because it's not happening to you doesn't mean that it's not, you know, like it's so easy to just be like, well, it's not part of my life, so you know, like whatever, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's do some trivia for this. Let's see what else we can learn, because holy.
Here's a list of trivias. Patrick McSorley, who relates the details of his abuse to Mike Resendez, later went to work with his attorney to testify against Cardinal Law and the church. He also helped support other victims, including several of his childhood friends. As depicted in the film, McSorley turned to drugs and alcohol to cope. He died of an overdose in 2004 at the age of 29. Oh, God.
Well, I didn't suspect the trivia to be...
It ain't going to be fun, that's for sure. Yeah. A study of Swiss priests published in 2003 revealed that 50% of the clergy had mistresses, similar to the report from the Spotlight team in the Boston Globe in 2002. Father Victor Kotze, a South African sociologist, surveyed Catholic priests in his country in 1991 and found that 45% have been sexually active. Over all of these studies, 53% of the sexually active priests surveyed were having sex with adult women, 21 with adult men, 14 with minor boys, and 12 with minor girls. And that's the fact that he was able to get them to admit it. These statistics caused a monumental debate in which no one challenged the reality of his numbers. Conclude that 95% of the practice priests. Okay, there's a lot of stuff that I can't say on YouTube actually. So
okay,
but basically, in the high 90% of them were doing horrific things in South Africa. Wow. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Yeah. That's
great
that,
movie. The world is. Yeah.
May they get what they deserve for the rest of their life. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Whew. That's a wrap on this episode of Cinebinge. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Yeah. I guess thank you, patrons, for suggesting this.
Yes, thank you.
Here's some people responsible. I talked to patrons.
Oh my God.
Which is one listen. MR, Gary Kuga, Laser Fuzz, K, Rose Johnson, Kylo James, Kurt Norwald, Maniacal Mouse, Joseph Colley, Mac Tosh 79, Cy Oryx, David Rositas, Pink Uber Goober, God, Gin Ray, Darren Harrison, EU, FC Bahami Zero, Thomas Webb, Chicken Fried Dragon, Tuan Claus, Heidi Elizabeth Markham, Darling Sarah Chris, and Tara's Duncan B, Yvonne Sable, Paul Barlow, Darth Fat Ass Boosh, Oz Monkey, Professor Farnsworth, and Andres Davalos. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.